Have you ever felt like you're the only one without a big group of friends? It's easy to think that without friends, you're missing out on something essential. But what if I told you that having no friends could actually be a sign of strength? Shocking, right? Here's something you might not know: 45% of people in the US report feeling lonely, even though they have friends. That's right, many people are surrounded by others but still feel disconnected. A 2021 study showed that 1 in 5 adults don't have a single close friend. It's time to rethink what it means to have friends, and how friendship doesn't always lead to happiness. In this video, we'll explore why having 0 friends might be the key to living a more fulfilling life. You'll discover how solitude can boost your creativity, mental health, and even help you find deeper self-love. Stay with me, and let's dive into why being alone might actually be the best choice for you. Chapter 1: The Power of Self-Love, Breaking Free from Social Pressure. In a world where having friends is often seen as a sign of happiness, it's easy to assume that you're missing something if you don't have a big social circle. But here's the truth: self-love can be more powerful than any number of friendships. Society loves to tell us that we need to surround ourselves with friends to be happy, but this isn't always the case. In fact, a study by the American Psychological Association found that 45% of people report feeling lonely, even when they are surrounded by others. So, if you're okay with having no friends, that's a sign of independence, not deficiency. Self-love means accepting and appreciating who you are, flaws and all. When you prioritize your own happiness, you stop depending on others to define your worth. As author and motivational speaker Louise Hay put it, "You have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens." By focusing inward, you can build a stronger sense of self-worth that doesn't rely on external validation. Being comfortable with solitude allows you to truly get to know yourself. It's easy to lose touch with your own desires and needs when you're constantly surrounded by others' opinions. Remember, you are enough, just as you are. A quote from the beloved author Meghan Markle reminds us of the importance of validating ourselves before seeking it from others. Instead of feeling pressured to meet social expectations, embracing self-love can help you find peace and happiness in your own company. Chapter 2: The Freedom of Solitude, Embracing Your Own Company. One of the most powerful experiences in life is being comfortable in your own skin. The freedom that comes with solitude is unmatched. When you spend time alone, you allow yourself the space to think, create, and simply be. In a study conducted by the University of California, researchers found that solitude can actually enhance creativity and problem-solving skills. It's during those quiet moments that your mind has the opportunity to reflect and explore new ideas without distractions. Think about the world's greatest thinkers and creators. Albert Einstein, for example, spent a lot of time in solitude, where he could dive deep into his thoughts and scientific theories. Many of his groundbreaking discoveries came during periods of isolation. If solitude worked for Einstein, maybe it's time to rethink the value of being alone. Not only does solitude boost creativity, but it also improves emotional health. Research shows that spending time alone can reduce stress and increase emotional stability. A study by the University of London found that those who enjoy their own company are less likely to experience feelings of anxiety or depression. When you aren't constantly chasing others for validation, you can find a sense of calm and peace within yourself. Spending time alone also helps you recharge. In today's world, we are constantly surrounded by people, technology, and noise. Taking a break from social interactions allows your mind and body to rest. This is vital for mental clarity and overall well-being. In fact, even an hour a day of alone time can drastically improve your mood and productivity. So, rather than feeling lonely, consider solitude as a personal retreat, a time to relax and recharge. Chapter 3: Unpacking the Myth of the Lonely, Miserable Person. We often hear about the lonely, miserable person, but let's stop and challenge this stereotype. The truth is, being alone doesn't necessarily mean being lonely. Many people are happier without a large circle of friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. According to a 2021 study by the National Library of Medicine, individuals who choose solitude often report higher levels of happiness and satisfaction with their lives. Let's think about introverts for a moment. According to Susan Cain, author of Quiet, The power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking. Introverts thrive in environments where they are not constantly socializing. In fact, they are often more self-aware and content with their own thoughts than their extroverted counterparts. Introverts may have fewer friends, but the relationships they do have are often more meaningful. In contrast, research has shown that people who maintain large social circles or constantly seek external validation may actually experience higher levels of anxiety. A study by the University of Michigan found that people who focused on building deep, meaningful relationships reported lower stress levels than those who prioritized a large quantity of friendships. It's the quality, not the quantity, that leads to happiness. Interestingly, there is a growing movement known as solitude culture, which celebrates the beauty of being alone. This movement encourages people to embrace the peace and personal growth that come with solitude. For example, author and philosopher Pico Iyer writes in The Art of Stillness that in an age of constant movement, nothing is more urgent than sitting still. This is a powerful reminder that we don't need a busy social life to feel fulfilled. We can find joy, meaning, and peace in our own company. Lastly, consider the benefits of spending time alone in a world that constantly tells us to be social. When you aren't distracted by the noise of others, you can focus on your passions, pursue your interests, and develop a stronger sense of self. Happiness doesn't come from the number of friends you have, it comes from the relationship you cultivate with yourself. Subscribe now. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us and helps us bring you more thought-provoking videos like this one. Chapter 4: Cultivating Meaningful Relationships. Without the numbers game when it comes to relationships, many people believe that more is better. But what if you could find more joy in fewer, deeper connections? In fact, research shows that meaningful relationships are far more valuable than having a large circle of acquaintances. A study published in the Harvard Study of Adult Development, one of the longest-running studies on happiness, revealed that people with strong, meaningful relationships are happier and live longer than those with many superficial connections. The key to happiness isn't the quantity of friends, but the quality of the relationships you have. As author Brené Brown explains in her book Daring Greatly, connection is why we're here, it is what gives purpose and meaning to our lives. True connection doesn't come from being surrounded by a crowd, but from being vulnerable and sharing your authentic self with a few trusted individuals. By focusing on these quality connections, you can experience the depth of companionship that superficial friendships can't offer. Moreover, having fewer friends means you can invest more time and energy into those who truly matter. Psychologist Dr. Sherry Turkle, in her book Reclaiming Conversation, argues that technology and social media have tricked us into thinking that being connected to everyone all the time is necessary for happiness. In reality, it's the deep, face-to-face conversations with close friends that bring true joy. Additionally, fewer relationships allow you to establish stronger bonds and emotional intimacy. A study by the University of Oxford showed that close-knit relationships were linked to better mental health outcomes and a stronger sense of belonging. So, if you're content with just a few close friends or even just a family member, know that you're on the right track to creating the kind of relationships that truly matter. Chapter 5: The Joy of Independence. How letting go of expectations leads to true happiness. We are often told that we need to follow social scripts, attend parties, maintain friendships, and constantly be available for others. But the truth is, letting go of these external expectations can bring a sense of freedom and joy that is hard to find when you're trying to meet everyone else's needs. By freeing yourself from these pressures, you can start to live life on your own terms. According to a study by the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people who prioritize their own happiness over fulfilling social expectations experience more satisfaction in life. This means that the more you release the need to constantly please others, the more you can focus on your own desires and goals. Self-sufficiency doesn't mean isolation, it simply means not being defined by others' standards. Independence also leads to greater emotional strength. When you stop relying on friends to validate your worth, you begin to cultivate a stronger sense of self-esteem. One of the best ways to achieve this is through setting healthy boundaries. Dr. Henry Cloud, author of Boundaries, emphasizes that saying no to others' demands is a crucial step toward maintaining mental health and personal freedom. When you stop overcommitting and focus on what truly matters to you, happiness naturally follows. Freedom from expectations also creates room for personal growth. With fewer distractions from social obligations, you have more time to explore your interests, learn new skills, and grow as an individual. Research from the University of California found that self-reflection, something that is more easily achieved when you're not overwhelmed by social events, can lead to higher life satisfaction and a greater sense of purpose. Chapter 6: Thriving with a Full Heart. How love and happiness begin within you. It's easy to think that love and happiness come from others, but the truth is, they begin within you. When you learn to love yourself and create happiness on your own, you become more capable of loving others in healthy, fulfilling ways. Self-love is the foundation of all other relationships, and it allows you to experience life's beauty, regardless of your social circle. Author and motivational speaker Louise Hay, known for her teachings on self-love, once said, "Loving yourself is the greatest revolution. The first step toward happiness is accepting who you are, flaws and all." Once you are comfortable in your own skin, the need for external validation fades. You realize that love isn't something you seek from others, but something you give to yourself first. The practice of self-love doesn't just affect your emotional health, it also benefits your physical health. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, people who practice self-compassion tend to have lower stress levels and better cardiovascular health. When you take care of your emotional well-being, your body naturally follows suit, reducing the risk of anxiety, depression, and other stress-related illnesses. Furthermore, when you focus on cultivating happiness within, you no longer rely on others to fill the void. Happiness is a state of mind that can be nurtured by practicing gratitude, mindfulness, and self-compassion. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude are more likely to be optimistic, have stronger immune systems, and feel more connected to others. By acknowledging the good in your life, you reinforce positive feelings and increase your overall happiness. Finally, once you've built a solid relationship with yourself, you'll find that loving others becomes easier. As Rainer Maria Rilke wrote in Letters to a Young Poet, love consists of this: two solitudes that meet, protect, and greet each other. When you are whole and content by yourself, you don't need others to complete you, you can share your love freely, without expectation. That's when love truly thrives. Subscribe now. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more content that challenges the norm and encourages you to live life on your own terms.